Good afternoon, everyone. Good morning, good evening, anywhere you are. My name is Kudirat, and you're welcome back to my YouTube channel. On the Career Path show, we have another guest for today. So let's go into the introduction. So your name, your state of origin, the university you attended, and what you studied. Let's go.
Okay, thank you for having me on your platform today. You're doing an amazing work. My name is Oluwatoni Onafijomo. I'm from Ondo State, Nigeria. I studied forestry and wildlife for my bachelor's, and I am currently studying climate change policy for my master's program under the Africa Union Scholarship at Pan-African University, Algeria.
So in Nigeria, where did you study?
Yeah, my bachelor was at University of Ilorin.
In Kwara State.
Yes, Kwara State.
So did you willingly choose forestry, or what were you willing to study?
Okay, I wanted to study medicine or nursing after my high school, my secondary school. That's what we call it in Nigeria. But life happened. In fact, I applied to several nursing schools,
Oh,
universities for masters, ABU, AU. I was head bent on medical field. But in fact, when I applied to University of Ilorin for the first time, because I didn't want to stay in Ilorin, I was based in Ilorin, and schooling in Ilorin was out of it for me. I wanted to stay far from home. I was part of this. I wanted to stay far from home. But I said, okay, let me apply to University of Ilorin for the first time. I picked nursing. I picked medicine. And in fact, I went to give my uncle's friend who is a medical doctor and also a lecturer at the teaching hospital of under University of Ilorin, my credentials, my jump results, and everything. And I really passed. I passed above the cutoff mark for medicine. And I was relaxed that I'm getting this
yeah, you already
medicine.
passed.
At the end
Yeah.
of the day, when the admission list came out, it said, that the list is I should go and check my name. I checked myself for a shower. I was like, what is this?
Wow.
And at that point, I was tired of like waiting. So, and you have to accept the offer before you have to pay acceptance fee, which is accepting the offer. So I I paid the acceptance fees. In fact, they were asking me, will I go for this option? I said yes, that I feel this is actually what God wanted for me. So I went ahead to pay my acceptance fees. And as I went to school, and that's where I found myself studying forestry and wildlife.
Oh, cool. For your love for medicine and nursing, what inspired your interest in this discipline?
Okay, I would say for medicine and nursing, but medical field in general, I would say I like the way they care for people's health. And for me, I feel I feel that people fall sick more from emotional trauma than if before it comes to the physical
Okay.
um aspect, understand? So there was some innovations and skills I wanted to bring into the medical field.
Oh, nice.
Yes, so
You had
and also
plans.
yes, I had plans for sick people. Let me use that word. And
Okay.
also I had a lot of medical practitioners around me
Oh,
because I remember there was a time I used to fall sick so much. So I always go to the hospital and the way they care for me. So I was like, oh, this is an interesting field. And also to be called a doctor, like it's just like, wow.
Dr. Pana, very
Yeah, so with my
nice.
stethoscope, I was already picturing myself with my laptop and my stethoscope, like, doctor, please. Yes, it was actually fascinating for me. So that's why I wanted the medical field to care for people and also the prestige that people think comes with
Yeah,
medicine.
I love how they care for people as well. I think that is one of the things I enjoy after my OND. Then I had to do
Okay.
1 year internship in a laboratory. So I chose to complete the training in a hospital that has a lab. So it was really interesting. nurses and doctors are doing wonderful jobs. So how do you
Yes.
think forestry relates to caring for people, the therapeutic part, the medical part, and how do you think forestry come in helping people's health?
Okay. First is diversity. I studied a course in my bachelor's. They call it agroforestry. Yes, where it deals with using herbs for medicinal purposes. And I did a lot of courses, but that particular one I liked it because using the leaves around us, the trees to heal people, it was interesting for me. That was the major I would say that is one aspect of forestry that people have not really dived into. They think it's just for herbalists. But it's not just for herbalists. Like there was this eucalyptus tree in my school then that our lecturer told us that if you have cold like cough and catarrh, you can squeeze the leaves and inhale it and you'll be fine. So that period I was having cold. So I went to look for the eucalyptus tree. I cut the leaf and I squeezed it in my hand and I sniffed it and I was fine. I was
Hmm.
like, wow. So that ethnoforestry is one aspect of forestry that deals with the health of people. Yeah, so under that course, we also talked about doctrine of signature, where different fruits we have around us signifies different parts of our body for
Yeah,
healing. Like there is this walnut fruit is for brain, there's carrots for eye, there is banana for the manhood of men. So all those things are for different part of the body that cures different ailments, but people
yes.
don't know. Yeah, so that is one aspect of us that said that okay, this with the health challenges of people.
So before you got the admission offer to study forestry, what was your perspective of people who are studying forestry or agriculture? Or do you know people, were you aware that some people even study forestry before you got the
No,
offer?
no, but I was aware that people study agriculture. I had a lot of agriculture engineers around me.
Okay, okay,
Yeah, so in fact, when I was a kid, I did a lot of planting. I love planting
nice.
things when I was a kid. At my backyard. I was the only one in my family. I will save maize, I would save beans. I will go and do ridges and plant things. So
Wow, as a kid, that's interesting.
I like seeing things grow. So
Oh,
I planted those things. I harvested beans. I gave to my pastor. I
wow,
harvested maize on my own. So I just like all those ugu plants, amunututu, all those kind of things. So
that's interesting because you'll find many people who have done that. Yeah.
yes, so I just like I like fresh vegetables. So I just like having those things around me. So I always tell myself that even when in future when I'm a person, I'll have a garden where I plant those things. Yes, but for forestry, no. I've never heard anyone
Not for
study that.
forestry, but you knew agriculture was a thing in the university. Yeah.
Yes.
Nice. When you were studying, do you have any lecturer or any particular course, or it was just the forestry relating to health? Do you have any lecturer you remember that made the most impact?
Okay, for forest resource management, investor learning, our lecturers are very unique and very interesting people. We had about four lecturers in the department, three men and one woman. And they are nice people, they're interesting, they taught us well. In fact, my master's program now, sometimes when they teach us something, I remember that, oh, we did this thing in bachelor's, but I
Right.
didn't pay attention to it. So they were really, really good. Like they laid a solid foundation for us. But I would say my best lecturer was Dr. Tajuddin Amusa. He was my supervisor and he taught us his field is ecology.
Okay,
Yeah, so
diversity. Yeah.
yeah. So, and he is the reason why I like him is because he knows how to teach. You will understand what he's teaching you, and he's actually a very understanding person. He understands how student works. You understand how how students play their games, So it's
Yeah.
very relatable, it's very interesting person, and he knows understands students and lecturers relationship. So it's somebody that you can easily walk to and tell him your problem. He will understand, he will
And
encourage you, he will
listens
counsel you.
listens a lot.
Yes, yes, he
Yeah,
listens a
that's
lot.
a very good
So
quality of a good teacher, actually. Very
yes,
important. Mm.
yes. So he was my best lecturer in my bachelor. So now he's a professor. He was promoted last few months back as a
Mm.
professor now. Like, wow. Yeah.
Congratulations to him. Yeah, he deserves that. So the next
Yeah.
question will be, what advice do you have for secondary school students who just hate agriculture, forestry? What advice do you have for them?
Okay, I would say that um be flexible. I'll tell them to be flexible and also see a bigger picture, what is happening. For me, in fact, when I got forestry, my mom didn't want to pay my acceptance fee. She was like, what kind of stupid course is this? But I told her that she has to pay because I'm going to school. But I felt something in me that maybe this is what God wanted me to study.
Yeah.
I didn't know what God's plan was, but I kept following the process. And from forestry, I'm in climate change now. And climate change is the oil in the world
Oh,
now.
and yeah,
Everybody.
everyone is talking about climate change everywhere. It is a
So
global topic too.
yeah, so eventually I found the reason why God picked forestry for me because now I'm enjoying climate change for real. I don't want to go to any other place. I want to be my climate change policy, please. Okay, so I would say for
Only in climate change.
so I
Yeah.
would say for secondary school students, be flexible in as much as you want to do engineering, law, medicine. I would say whatever comes your way, if that is not actually what you want to do, but see the bigger picture, what does God want me to have in this? Yeah, so be flexible, don't just narrow your choices to one particular place. Understand your skills, understand how your mind works, and understand that you have a lot of potentials in you, that wherever you find yourself, you can maximize the potentials in that field. Yeah, that's
You can
just
do
my
well.
advice.
Yeah, yeah. So for the parents, how can you advise the parents? Because they affect what we study sometimes. So what advice do you have for parents?
Yeah, I would say for parents, I understand the fact that they want to become my mommy lawyer, mommy
Mommy
doctor,
liars, mommy doctor.
but
True.
I would say that they shouldn't put pressure on the children. I think for parents, they should understand the strength and the weakness of the child. This will help them understand the area they can do well. For a child that likes to plant things, for instance, and you're asking the child to go into medicine, and the child doesn't want to go into medicine, it
So
could be frustrating. Yeah. So understand early the ability of your child and help them to fine tune that part easily. It becomes faster and easier. Like for instance, I had a friend in my high school. She was one of the best students in art. I mean, in junior secondary school, right? We were just doing normal courses
yeah,
and everything.
yeah.
But she was doing well with literature, with all those things. Because
Mhm.
from my school, when you get to SS1, you start going to either art,
Yeah,
commercial,
yeah.
or
I think
yeah,
everywhere.
yes. So, but our parents were, our mom our mom is a doctor, our dad is a lawyer. So they felt that she
Oh,
should be, yeah, they felt that she should be in either of those two fields because she's smart and everything. And she kept saying she wants to read English, she wants to be a teacher. And you're like, no, these are too brilliant. I'm like,
exactly.
eventually she got admission to study English in University of Ilorin, and now she's doing fine. She's teaching.
Yeah, she would do
That's what she
fine. If that's
wanted.
what she wants.
Yes,
Oh,
yes. So it's not really about the money, it's about fulfillment eventually. So parents should understand the strength and the weakness of the child and how to guide them, how to even help them see these inner potentials in them, not imposing what they want as parents on their
yeah, on
children.
them. Yeah. So another question would be when you applied for medicine. So when I applied for biochemistry and we've been given forestry, what do you think the universities need to do better? some people won't focus until maybe 300 level, and they would wish they can go back to 100 level. What advice do you have for the universities?
Ah, I think the educational system in Nigeria need a serious surgery, a serious reform.
You are really a
Yes,
doctor.
a serious reform. I think for the university part, when it comes to giving admission, I don't think they do a lot of justice to that. I don't know whether they just give randomly or they just feel I don't know the criteria they use because if somebody have done well for medicine, the cutoff mark is okay and everything, and they're giving the person biochemistry, biology. I don't know the logic behind that.
I don't
So
I
I would
don't
say for the
understand either.
universities, they
I don't
should
know
do
how
more
they
with
work it out.
yes. So I think they should do more with merit than this men did than who they know. You understand? Like if you know the emir, most likely you will get medicine with a very low mark. And you there getting a high mark, you don't know
That's sad.
anybody do
That's
yes.
sad.
So I think the university should admit to them more based on merit
Not
than
favorism.
um
Hmm.
yes, than favorism.
Yeah, that's a good one because I've seen people talk about having more than the cutoff marks and seeing people who do not have enough mark getting into the department. So I think
Yes.
it's a cause for worry and they need to look into it. And also, what advice
Yeah.
do you have for the government in general to make agriculture, forestry attractive? Any advice for the
Yeah,
government?
I think they're advising themselves now because of the issue of climate change. So,
Okay. The advice is coming from above now.
yes, yes, because in previous years they didn't think it was very important, but now that there is greenhouse
The
gas,
heat,
there is
the
yes the
flooding,
is a
the
lot of
soil
things that
damage
happen.
and all,
Yes,
causing food
so
insecurity. Hmm.
exactly. So now they're now looking at how to improve forestry, which is tree planting, uh, using climate smart agriculture to improve food production and all of those things. So I think the government are even addressing themselves now, but there is still more things to be done. Yeah, because there are a lot of things to be done, and one of the things is implementing policies. For instance, Nigeria have policy. In fact, I was shocked when I saw national climate change policy. I was like, really? So Nigeria have this
Nigeria,
kind of policy? Yes,
wow.
we have that policy,
They are
but
just written, they are not
my
implemented, I
dear,
guess.
exactly. So they should implement more policies strategically, ones that can improve the environmental sustainability. For if you are cutting a tree, be sure that you're planting two more
Hmm.
trees for what you're yes. So this kind of policies
And
will
it should be
help.
monitored. I think that's the worst part of,
Yes,
yeah.
yes, there's no monitoring and evaluation when it comes to all those things. So a lot of things need to be done in the aspect of improving forestry and agriculture when it comes to the government area now.
Yeah. I think we are doing our best, our own parts, to
Yeah,
ensure people are aware of agriculture and forestry, and the students are motivated to do better, showing them
yeah.
that there are opportunities after their graduation, and we wish them all the best. Our listeners, we wish you all the best in your career choice. Thank you so much,
Thank you
Honor,
so much.
for honoring my invitation. Thank you for coming.
Thank you too.
Yeah, do not forget to share and subscribe our videos. Thank you for staying
Uh,
by. Bye.
all right. Thank you so
Thank you so much,
thank you
Honor,
so much.
for honoring my invitation.